Yes.
Yard.
Welcome back to Webs of Deceit. Last episode, we forgot to introduce ourselves.
Oh, shit!
Yeah, we did. We did.
So we're gonna do that first thing now before I do the recap. My name's Donovan. I'm your dungeon master.
My name's Ty. I'll be playing Durek, the fighter wizard.
My name is Trenton. I'll be playing Nasir, the runecrafter wizard.
My name is Talia. I'm playing Liarka, the rogue paladin.
My name is Maggie. I am playing Pebbles, the Valor Bard.
And I'm Kyler. I'm playing Jeremy, the Forge Cleric. Donovan, I think we should put that clip of us introducing ourselves in the last episode and this one.
Burp and all.
Do you have any fucking idea how hard it is to transfer audio files from Magics to other Magic projects? It's obnoxiously difficult.
It is. I will give you that. But you can do it in Audacity much easier. if
I'm
you wanted
certain.
to.
But
also, you'll forget because this is in the second episode.
Oh,
and you're not listening.
100%.
You're definitely not going to listen to the second episode's audio before
I'll
the
just
first
do it.
one.
I'll just do impressions of all of you.
Yeah!
Yes!
You should definitely do that. You're not going to remember that either, though. I hope it'll come to you.
I hope a lot of things come to me.
Who's coming to you?
On a good day, no one.
I hate to tell you this, buddy, but every day.
Is a bad day? Welcome back to Webs of Deceit. Last time, we left Maple Leaf Grove, and we made it to Branchmarrow, the city of trees. And we made it to the lowest layer, called the Trunks, where all the agriculture and all of the people live. And we met Nasir's good friend, the Blue Jay Aarakocra with no wings, Quaith. We talked and had some debatably heretical discussions between the supposed shape of the weave.
We did also bring up out of recording to Maggie that orb weavers do not weave spherical webs. But Pebbles doesn't have to know that.
Pebbles, I think it's much funnier if Pebbles is also under that notion because, I mean,
They're called orb
they're
weavers.
called orb weavers.
Surely that means they weave orbs.
Well, this is also funny because she saw a bunch in Needle Crown weaving pointedly two-dimensional webs.
Right, yeah.
She's just not very smart.
That's fair.
Just a little dumb
We
sometimes.
knew that. And now, as Quaith composes herself, we'll talk more later if you'd like.
Oh, absolutely. I'd love to compare notes.
Absolutely. About our... As I was saying, Pebbles! What a ridiculous thing to say!
Oh, yeah.
Never talk about that again. Okay, let's leave!
Okay.
I'm fully convinced.
I guess you're right, Nash. As you should be.
Anyway, let's meet Spindle.
I always am. Let's go to Archibald Spindle. So, Quaith leads all of you out. She takes you across the bridge. She looks over longingly at some of the other Aarakocra who are flying around. And it's as if there's an old pain there. It's not like, man, I wish I could do that. It's, that was a time. Kind of like that. She takes you, you walk for several minutes. Until you make it to... Excuse me. A house that is a little bit smaller than Quaith's, compared to some of the other houses in the area. A sign swings next to the door that is a little dusty, but it reads as follows. Dream readings, 1 gold per person.
Alright, let's do this. And Jeremy will nervously, confidently walk in.
Well, the door is shut.
Knock on the door.
Yeah, it is also a little bit shorter than you are, so that'll be fun. Oh! You hear some squat waddling as an older high elf opens the door. He has big round glasses with very thick prescription, so his eyes end up magnified by a frankly humorous margin. He is short for a high elf, but he has some dignified some dignified wrinkles and some not so dignified wrinkles. He's an older elf, but not like old. He's starting to bald a little bit. His hair is white, but he's still able to walk around quite nicely. Hello. Can I help you folks with something?
Hi. I'm Cleric Jeremy Drake. Are you Mr. Spindle?
Indeed, I am.
Oh my gosh, I would love to talk to you. I've looked into your book, The Midnight Cipher, and frankly, I've been having some strange dreams lately that I'd love to hear your opinion on.
His eyes light up at the mention of dreams. Oh my! Are you here for you're here for a dream reading?
Yes, I suppose I am.
Oh my goodness, it's been a decade or two since someone came in for a house call. Yes, please, come in, I'll put some tea on.
Well, thank you so much. And these are my companions. I'm sure they're also interested.
Hello,
but I know
lovely
that they
to
have their
meet
own
you
things to
all.
look into as well, so thank you for giving
Sure,
me.
I try my best to host you all, but I'll do my best. As you all enter Spindle's house, you see that it is a cozy little hovel lined with bookshelves and charts of all kind, wall to wall. And on one of the walls there is a poster listing about all kinds of different dreams. Spindle shuffles into his kitchen and you hear the banging of pots and the squeaks of wooden cabinets. I apologize for the state of this place. I don't get company too often.
Oh, that's fine. The sign outside said 1 gold per person, right?
Yes.
Jeremy's gonna fish around and get 7 gold out. I
Woo!
believe that's the right amount, because we have our party, Axel,
Sure,
and
if
the spider.
everyone would like an amount, yes.
Yeah, Jeremy's just gonna pay, because he feels bad that he hasn't gotten business, apparently, recently.
You noticed that before you arrived, he must have been sat in the only armchair in the house with a set of playing cards and a small table in front of it.
And Jeremy has to, bend down to get in the doorways, for sure.
I'm afraid I don't have any chairs, but feel free to stack up some books and take a seat on those.
Well, I couldn't possibly sit on the books. I'll stand. It's alright.
You read dreams, but you don't have seating to read the dreams? Ben?
No one has been around for 2 decades, miss.
How are you making any money?
think he is.
Independent research.
Please accept this payment, at least.
What kind of
Thank you.
research?
I research dreams. I help out students' grants from Juniper Hill. I do my own independent studies. I work on the farm as well. It's researching dreams hasn't paid the bills in quite some time, I'm afraid. And he comes back out with a pot of boiling tea that he sets on his small table. There are some of the books are old. He does not seem to care if they get sat upon or not, so he's able to bring up a bunch for all of you to have a sit down.
Yeah, Pebbles winces anytime someone actually sits on a stack of books.
Don't mind it, I promise. Oh, my. The Midnight Cipher. When I first published that little book 200 years or so back, I had folks lining up all around the trunks. After the buzz died down, I got less and less interested parties.
Well, I think that's a shame. If you have centuries of knowledge into this subject, that's frankly priceless.
Thank you, my dear boy. Sorry, did I get your name? I'm so sorry.
Yes, I introduced myself as Cleric Jeremy Drake.
Jeremy Drake, it's a pleasure to meet you, Jeremy. Please have a seat. He reaches into a closet and brings out an actual seat for you as the person who would do the dream readings.
Jeremy will sit down. He'll fish around in he'll take his bag off his back and start fishing through his satchel. He'll start to pull something out and then shake his head and pull out his prayer book.
He grabs, he blows the dust off of an old notebook of his own and he flips through it and he takes out an ink and quill. So, please, tell me about these dreams.
Of course, and he'll flip through the pages of his prayer book to where he had been cataloging his dreams. So,
Pebbles will also pull out an ink and quill.
Alright. He'll raise a fuzzy eyebrow at that, but make no complaint of it.
So I'll try to keep the description brief for now, but I'll let you look through these
As
logs
much detail
needed.
as you can spare, please. Dreams are a very important subject. The smallest little detail could grant the most important piece of information.
Right. I suppose I'll tell you about the most recent 2 I've had first. 2 nights ago, I had a dream where I was chained up and facing a shadowy doppelganger of myself that seemed a lot more malicious and confident than I think I could ever be. There were shadowy people around him, and he touched one on the neck, and they went limp and then stood back up with a purple glow in their eyes, and then my doppelganger walked away. And then the dream I had last night was of a different type. I was not chained up, but I was more incorporeal, and it was like a foggy, faded, misty vision. And as the fog cleared, I saw Branchmar itself, our destination, and I could see all the way up it in pretty vivid detail, except the very top. And no matter how hard I could focus on it, I couldn't focus on it. I don't know what any of this could mean, but I feel like it might be visions maybe from Arachne. But this is my dream journal if you want to look through and see some more details of the others.
I would love to. Have you had any other dreams where you were chained up?
Yes, it's a bit of a reoccurring theme. In fact, it seems like there's almost the two distinct types of dreams I've been having.
The
One where
incorporeal and the chained ones.
Right. Chained in shadows and incorporeal visions.
He's going to take a moment and thoroughly look at your dream journal, and he's going to make a little roll here. Okay. He spends a good 15 minutes looking at this while allowing you all to drink your teas, and then he shuts the book and sets it on the table. He scratches his chin. Very, very, very interesting. How long have you been having dreams of this ilk? A few weeks.
A few weeks, maybe a month or two. It's been pretty recent. That's why I set out on this journey, is to try and figure out what's going on with them. I'm personally convinced that it has to be some sort of visions of some sort, but I feel like it's probably not my place to say that it might be visions of Arachne, but if it is, if it's anything that could give us any insight into the silence, it's definitely something I feel like we have to look into. Do you think there's any stock to that?
So last night you had your dream about coming to Branchmorrow.
Right.
And you were out today.
Yes.
The day before that, you had this dream about this town being enveloped by a malicious hand and an evil grin. Did you come across a town with such a clock tower like described in your dreams?
Yes, in fact, the immediate destination that we went to, and there was a malicious group of the web smashers there
that
we had to deal with. It was terrible, but it definitely seems like there's some stock to things actually happening that I've seen in my dreams, which frankly leaves me a little concerned that I saw one last night of Branchmorrow and something happening at the top of the tree.
At the very top of Branchmorrow is the Branchmorrow Library.
Oh, well, that was one of the places we were wanting to visit, for
and
sure.
You can't fully focus on it. There's some manner of secret there that you can't uncover just by looking at it, is what I believe.
Right, it was the only part of the city that didn't have the fog cleared from it.
Now, as for the ones where you were in chains, this one from a few nights ago is most interesting, where your doppelganger is over an anthill and he pushes over a glass of water onto it on purpose.
Yes, something I would never do.
And it seems to disrupt the hill and presumably destroy the ants inside.
Right.
Interesting.
That's a dream you had?
Yeah, you weren't there for that one.
But he said that out loud.
Yes.
Did you spill the water in an anthill?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then you had a dream about the shadowy figures. Both of these had your doppelganger, or you were in chains.
Right, yeah. It could be an allusion to some sort of, like, alternate version of myself, but I assure you I don't have any, like, alternate persona or anything like that.
I believe you. Jeremy. I do not believe dreams are literal often.
Right.
That water being poured on that anthill represents something. And you had that a few nights ago.
Right, when I was getting ready to leave my home, which what's the name of the place I lived again?
You lived in...
Where we started.
Yeah, where we started. The cave place. I don't remember.
Deepvale?
Deepvale, thank you.
I mean, I thought that maybe it could be an allusion to Deepvale. The place where I live is cavernous and underground. Maybe with a single opening to the surface could maybe seem like an anthill, but what would I have done that would harm that place? I don't know.
I don't think... Go ahead and roll insight.
Okay.
If your dreams are visions, prophetic of yourself, the one where you are chained, it could have foreseen something or telling you about an event. Do you know of any events recently that are akin to dumping a glass of water on an anthill?
Not that comes to mind. 17.
17. That does sound somewhat similar to the event described that Marcus saw of a volcano erupting
Oh.
out of nowhere and completely destroying Graveltown in Scorchborough.
There was another premonitionist that was spouting off something about a volcano. It could maybe have to do with that.
He jolts up and looks around at some newspapers. The Graveltown disaster.
Yes.
When did you have this dream? Is there a date in your...
Yes, they're all dated for sure.
You look and you see that is the night before that event.
Oh dear.
Jeremy, you foresaw a great disaster. What's that man's name? Who's that? If any of you can roll history on someone else who's been doing that.
I would love to. Go with my expertise. Not nat 20.
9, not nat 20.
18.
I need to stop rolling on this side.
17. Again.
Those of you who rolled above a 9, you remember reading in the Needle Crown newspaper of a man who foresaw this exact disaster by the name of Marcus Lambert.
Yeah, it was Marcus. I had noted him down as someone to perhaps look into this as well. Especially if we both had the same premonition then. I hadn't even realized.
Is Marcus the changeling?
No, that's Sir Armelius. Marcus Lambert is Vernon's friend, the one he went to go
Yeah,
see.
yeah, I knew that.
The one he went to see in Scorchborough.
Yes, yeah.
As far as you know, he's a human.
He was
Okay.
the Doomsday guy who was screaming
Yes.
about the end is near. After
That's
we
Vernon.
caught
That was
him.
Vernon.
That was Vernon.
Marcus
okay.
is the one who's trying to warn people about the assumedly real disaster, and he's revealed 2 others as well
You're dead.
in these past few weeks. And Jeremy, as you continue to talk with Mr. Spindle, you foresaw those too. A chained version of yourself, while your doppelganger does another disaster. There was
I absolutely need to take these more seriously then. If the chained up visions are premonitions of disasters, what does my most recent one mean?
Who knows? You remember there was a sinkhole in Grasskern, and the night before you saw your doppelganger bashing his heel through wood and making a hole in the ground. You remember there being a plain beach and there being a little sand castle, and your double did some kind of spell and cast a gust of wind and blew sand over the castle, and there was a dust storm in Drundale the next day.
Oh no.
If your dreams are telling you the truth, you have been foreseeing the exact same disasters that Marcus Lambert has.
And the most recent one was...
Your doppelganger doing something to a group of shadowy people.
Is this the guy saying this to him?
I am summarizing what the conversation is about.
So, something might happen with a group of people being controlled by some eldritch power or something? I don't know. I struggle to not try and interpret them literally.
Well, Jeremy, he pulls out a hand and he takes yours in his. This may be hard to take in, but you are a prophet. If these...
Should be easy to give him that promotion.
I don't know if I'm ready for that kind of responsibility, but I
No
suppose
one
I don't
ever
have a
is.
choice.
But forgive me, but I fear you should sleep on this information, even though I can see that may not be most fruitful.
They are very stressful dreams.
Keep this journal safe.
I absolutely will. I haven't even been sharing the exact details of it with my comrades here. You're the only one that's actually read it.
If you can if you can get in contact with this Lambert fellow, maybe you can...
If we can
Discuss
pool
notes?
our resources and compare our dreams or whatever, we could definitely maybe figure out what's going on here. I guess we'll have to head to
Scorchborough.
Scorchborough after this.
Now, there's one more part of your dreams I'd like you to roll for. Go
Okay.
ahead and roll another insight.
I am really good at those. But that's a 3.
I'm gonna slap some bardic inspiration on you.
What is your die for that? 6?
D6. Yeah, D6.
Cool. 12.
There is a little bit more mystery to your dreams that you cannot ordain at this time.
It's so confusing.
Sleep on it, my boy.
I suppose I will. I don't have the
And
dreams every night, but
write
it does
to me.
seem to be most nights. I absolutely will. I'll send you. I'll send you summaries of what happens.
The chains seem to represent the inability to prevent such a disaster. You yourself cannot stop it, but the misty ones affect you on a personal level.
So I need to go to the library here.
Or there is something in the library that you will not be able to see.
Well, that's unhelpful.
My boy, in my centuries of doing this, many dreams are greatly unhelpful.
Joy.
Well, even if we can't see the thing itself, maybe we can get some clues based on what's around it.
Yeah, I suppose. Well, I want to head to the church first anyway. Thank you so much for your insight, and Jeremy will take the book and very carefully place it back in his bag.
Of course.
We just combed the entire library so that we know.
We've done it before, and we'll do it again.
Why not?
Nothing bad happened in the Needle Crown Library at all.
No, Big Pete was such a lovely guy.
Hey, we love Big Pete. Oh, dear, that's another thing. The madness. We still need to find the answer to that. Strangely, I don't think I've seen any visions related to that.
Not yet, at least.
Huh.
The Aractan madness epidemic. I heard some news about there being preventative measures being taken by Age Holdings up in the branches, but I don't venture up there much often anymore. You'll have to go look for yourself.
What preventative measures could be done against sudden onset madness other than infringing on the rights of all the spiders in the area?
We should probably scope that out.
I think we should check that out. Thank you so much for your time.
Of course.
I'll keep in touch.
Write to me. You have my address now.
Absolutely.
We're gonna noticeably leave him with the rest of the gold without getting the rest of our fortunes taken.
Yeah.
So, are we still in the trunk stuff
Yes.
here?
Yes.
Okay.
So I think the trunks, the branches, the leaves.
The trunks, the branches, the canopy.
Is there anywhere else we need to visit in the trunks before we head back up to the commerce level in the church?
Unless you'd like to go visit the farms, it seems you're up into the branches.
Branches it is.
Thank you for humoring me, everyone. I know that was more of a me side quest.
You're an actual prophet. I think it's good that we have this knowledge now.
I am not.
Hey, it'll be easier for you to get that promotion so we can get these two to be radial knights, and we'll figure out your stuff on the way.
I suppose so.
You've been blessed by Arachne, Jeremy. Congratulations.
Yeah, I feel honored, but also exceptionally terrified.
If you get a premonition of me getting a raise in the near future, make sure to keep me updated on that.
If I find myself in a position to argue for that, I absolutely will. You've done an excellent job, Axel. Thank you.
Thank you, mate.
I foresee a 1.5 hourly gold raise in your future. Big bucks, big money.
You know, my
in your
stress
future.
nightmares have gotten a lot more boring now that it just has to do with HR complaints.
Absolute spiders.
Absolute spider.
As... And with nothing else to do... So, you all leave Mr. Spindle's house, and Quaith leads you through the winding bridges of Branchmarrow. You ascend until the houses gradually begin to transition into larger buildings. You begin to see shops and people milling about. The placement of the buildings is a lot less sporadic and a lot more unified. You are now closer to the tops of the trees than you are the forest floor. Each tree has shops that wrap around the circumference of the trunk, with wider, more stable bridges spanning between them. Races of all kinds populate this scene. Aarakocra and Owlins fly from store to store, while Thrycreen, Herringon, High Elves, and Tabaxi use the bridges.
Hell yeah.
There's the Thrycreen. I know those guys.
Above the bridges are numerous orb-weaving spiders that crawl across tightropes from tree to tree. Notably, their webs are two-dimensional. They must not be done yet.
Oh yeah. You can see
Probably
they're
not the
still-
person you should be talking to about this.
You can see they're still in the middle of it.
The other priest?
And I really can't discuss this with you.
Speaking of orb weavers, are there any stores that seem to be are there any stores run by spiders here?
Plenty.
Are there any run by bark spiders?
By bark spiders?
By bark spiders?
Yes.
Like what?
The DM rolls up a shop table.
The sleep with friends out.
Oh gosh.
Strange.
Who's sleeping with friends?
Oh, if you're sleeping with friends, let me see it.
Let me in on it.
Show me. Join me.
The nearest bark spider store is called Daryl's Paint Emporium.
Barking up that tree.
Daryl's Paint Emporium.
Okay.
Oh, we can get some armor dye.
No.
Oh, Liarka, are you interested in paint?
No. And then I enter the store.
While we're here,
Alright. Okay, that seems contradictory.
there is still some discussion to be had. Or
It's quite
some
fascinating.
information. The shops are partially. It seems travel around Branchmaro for spiders is almost as easy as the flying races. The shops are partially built into the trees themselves, as you can only see a third of each building. Now, Nasir, you lived in Branchmaro for quite a long time, so you are used to this sight. But there is something strikingly different. The branches are normally full of self-owned businesses, with only a few notable chain establishments like Gnome Depot. I'm not kidding, by the way. But you can see that almost a quarter of the shops bear the same logo above them. A capital H set in the middle of a square diamond. That anyone can roll any manner of roll.
Can I do a
remember what
history
that
check?
is. For sure.
Do insight?
Yeah.
Insight, history, whatever you want, baby.
History.
History.
14.
9.
Unnatural 20.
Alright, so
There you go, baby.
I'm
You
a farm
too.
boy, I wouldn't know nothing about.
I'm gonna use my
different
other
shops.
D20.
that is the symbol for H Holdings. The
HEB.
business mega corporation in the weed.
History. I can't
They
remember
run
all the
general
names.
stores, restaurants, hotels, and many, many other endeavors. They had a few stores here before, but not this many. As Quaith points all this out to you, she takes in a beleaguered breath as she looks out across the trees. As you can see, some things have changed.
Damn it, I forgot Quaith was with us. I would have left 8 gold with Spindle, actually.
How long ago did all of this come in?
A few months, H Holdings have decided they wanted more influence in Branchmaro, so they've been buying out space from former shop owners here. She's trying very hard to hide her displeasure.
We got fucking privatized commerce.
So we've got Daryl's Paint Emporium,
Yeah.
which you have.
Which I'm not interested in the paint, but I do go into the store.
You enter the store and you can see it is very interesting. The floor itself transfers from built from wood into just the actual trunk of the self. You can see the rings of the tree a little bit. Doesn't seem to be anyone behind the counter though.
Sidebar. The change in Liarka's voice is not a inconsistency for the mic to pick me up. Liarka is like holding herself higher and like is speaking more loudly and like just more generally to the party than she was, like notably.
Interesting. Okay.
Are you Daryl?
The nothing behind the counter moves as its natural camouflage. Indeed I am, young lady. How can I help you?
I love that Liarka just knew that.
Daryl crawls up. His brown and white back has wriggled slightly as he just puts his front petticoats up on the desk and he tips a hat.
Liarka gives a little bow and I'm not in need of your paints today. I have a similar sort of camouflage, and she like shows her cloak.
Oh, that's delightful. I quite like that.
So I have a strange request today.
I'll see what I can do.
You as a bark spider, you have exceptionally strong webbing. Some would say the strongest of any spider.
I've know this.
How much can I pay you for roughly 8 feet of your thread? 8 to 10 feet of your webbing.
What's the conversion nowadays? He seems to he looks over at like a
With all these
Abacus?
just a picture. A picture that has like conversions of. How much are you looking for?
Like 8 to 10 feet, not a whole lot.
8 to 10 feet of, okay. Tell you what, if you go buy a spool, I'd be happy to. but I do not have any on me. As you can imagine, this is a unorthodox request, but not one I'm entirely resistant to. If you're paying me, I frankly don't care.
How much gold would you look for?
How much do you have?
14. I'm a little light in that department.
Say how much gold
However,
you have.
as one that is not a spider myself,
I noticed.
I am unsure of how much energy this takes you, but I understand not that much.
8 feet. That's it. It's around like 5 body lengths for me. That's not true.
I was gonna say, these friends are huge.
Yeah. 8 feet. His voice has changed like 3 times. 8 feet. That's that shouldn't take me too long at all. If you can find me a spool, I'd be happy to part with 8 feet for 7 gold.
I can do that.
You can
Where?
have Jeremy craft you one.
The spool?
Yeah. I understand where that's going, but he wouldn't.
I'm gonna step back outside. Jeremy,
Yeah, what's up?
can you make me a spool?
Oh,
I can hold
yeah.
8 to 10 feet of thread.
Yeah, absolutely. Just give me like a few minutes, and I can
ink in there.
do that over a short rest.
I'll ask when I go back in.
Okay, good.
Did you see if
Run
they
them
have
out.
like some nice silvered ink? I have something.
I don't
wanna
think
put together.
he sells ink. It says paint.
Well, you never know.
There's an asterisk above the paint.
It'll just
Look,
take
there's an asterisk. That could be ink.
it'll just take me an hour.
Oh my god.
You have plenty of time here.
Yeah. Well, no, that wasn't. I guess she wouldn't have said God. That was Liarca. Is there like a gnome depot around here?
Of course. You look around, you do see the orange little place, orange little warehouse embedded in a tree with a big G, a big orange G, and it says Gnome Depot.
Okay, I'm gonna take a step in there.
Shocker, there's a gnome in there.
No shit.
Damn it.
Just one.
Ah, hello! Welcome to the Branchmorrow Gnome Depot. What kind of magic items can I help you with?
Oh.
The Gnome Depot is a magic item store.
Never mind. See ya. And
Oh! Fuck me then.
How many units of scrap metal would spool?
How many do you have?
I have 34.
It'll take 2.
Okay, great.
Alright, so I go back to Derek's paint shop.
Daryl.
Daryl's paint shop. I walk into
Daryl's
While you were looking
Paint
around-
Asterisk Emporium.
I walk into Daryl's paint emporium and I say, Derek,
Daryl, lass. It's on the building.
Oh, I'm sorry.
8 gold.
Okay, the spool is being made. It will take about an hour, I hear. I have some excessively shy friends who won't enter the building, but they ask if you have silver or normal ink.
You look over to his ink shelf.
Ah,
Yes.
the ink shelf. How much will that run you? Run me.
How much ink you trying to get?
Can I step out of the store?
How else will you just go in the store? Hey!
How much ink do you guys need?
Oh, hey, Liarca, while you were looking around, I made the spool.
Ink?
Oh, I'm going in.
Yeah, I gotta go in as well.
Oh, okay.
I assume I would be able to do that, right?
It's
an hour, but...
It's a spool that is going to hold 8 feet of giant spider thread.
Hey, Jeremy.
Well, the thread, the thread is only like this big, right? Like, how big is this thread?
Well, this spider is the size of a compact car, so
Yes.
the thread's gonna be like this thick.
Oh. I'll work
No,
on it.
you're probably right. A little bit more this thick.
Okay.
Yeah, it takes less than an hour. Yeah, you have your spool.
Well, explicitly, that is an ability I have.
Yeah, I
can
know,
grab
I know.
metal items in an hour.
Alright, I step back in. Daryl. Of Daryl's Paint Emporium.
Hello, new friend.
Hello.
Are you the shy friend interested in some of my ink?
Yes, I am the shy friend interested in ink. This is the other shy friend interested in ink.
Hello, Nasir. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Been a while since you've been here. How have you been, my boy?
You know, I was in Graska. You know.
Oh, how was that?
Boring. It was rather boring.
I'm not surprised.
It was
Does he live
not
here?
as beautiful as here. I can tell you that.
Oh, and few places are. So, what are we looking at here, gang?
I was just gonna get some real, like, pretty, like, calligraphy silver ink.
2 silver.
Fuck yeah, absolutely.
I'd also like some black ink.
1 silver.
I think you know what I'm
a
here
little
for.
low.
He does. It'll cost you 2 silver. I don't know what you want, but you know what you want. We'll take whatever you want. It's Daryl.
What's your money conversion? Is it 10 silver to a gold?
10 silver to a gold.
And spool. For you.
All right, everyone out.
There's like wet, gross.
Understandable.
Oh, they're going.
Thank you for the sound effect.
Can.
He walks out rolling the spool. Here you are, 7 gold.
Oh, I hand him 7 gold.
He has a little, he holds out his petty pop, which has like a little drawstring brag.
I dropped 7 gold.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for your business, Miss
Liarica?
Liarica. Thank you so much.
Thank
I'm
you.
surprised he didn't decide to be petty and call her by the wrong name.
He is a respectable businessman.
Fair
Thank you for the ink.
Please come back sometime. Any friend in this year is a friend of mine, as long as they get my damn name right.
How would we not get your name right, Daryl?
It's on
on the
the
door.
building!
Yeah.
I missed something.
Yes, you did.
Clearly.
That happens a lot.
You have a lot of shy friends, Nasir. He goes back into the paint for you.
I try to be outgoing. I'm not very good at it, but I try.
If anyone wants to go into the Gnome Depot, there are some actual homebrew magic items in there if you want to.
Oh sure, yeah. Let's take a peruse.
I think
We're all broke, bitches.
Yeah.
We also have
I have adventuring funds though from Ripley.
Dad's allowance?
Yeah.
Oh,
credit
baby.
More like Grandpa.
Peepaw's
Ripley's
credit
on the other
card.
side.
Yeah.
So we also have Skippy's potions and tinctures,
Let's give it some
H
heresy.
Mart General Store, and H Farm, which is fruit.
I don't support the mega corporation.
Very based.
Who gave you the adventuring funds?
Ripley?
Bishop Ripley.
Bishop Ripley. Okay, I'm gonna step off to the side, and I'm going to take out my sending stone.
Okay.
Then I'm going to message Bishop Barnaby.
You're gonna text my bishop real quick.
Jeremy's dad lets him have money.
Yes, child, I'm in a meeting. What do you need?
Oh, I found more about Jeremy's book, but I can report back on that later.
Yes, please do. Bye.
Damn!
Bro kind of sucks.
He's a dick.
He is the leader of a doomsday cult.
We're
Yeah.
sending you on an important mission. No funds, no
Nope.
money, no
Nope.
allowance.
The
Figure it out.
14 gold that I started this campaign with is literally my life savings.
Yeah, Ripley gave me 50.
Alright.
On top of my starting goal.
Unknown to the party whether or not he pulled from the church's
Donations? It was heavily
We do-
implied that he did.
He loves his grandson.
How much are health potions?
I have one.
We need more.
They're 1 gold for a regular health potion.
Okay.
That's crazy.
5 silver for a regular health potion.
No. Normally they're 50.
Oh, well, yeah, because I'm a better person than him. him being Jeremy Gygax. I mixed up Jeremy Crawford and Gary Gygax.
Yeah.
Gary!
Alright.
I'll buy 2 health pots.
Delightful.
I
And that is 5.5e health bots as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
Which
will
are
buy-
the
Better.
4d4 plus 4?
Certainly.
No. They're the
Never
same,
mind.
I think they
No,
just
they're
their
stronger.
bonus action to heal. They're stronger?
I thought they were.
I
I
thought
thought
they
all
were.
forms of healing were basically double.
I thought it was just spells.
Yeah, I think it's just supposed. Let me look.
Yeah, the health potions in the Gnome Depot are on like a little rack like buzz balls are normally near the front of the store.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Their other items of interest are a +1 longbow for 150 gold,
Okay.
an enlarging wall for 300 gold. As an action, using a magic word, the small brick wall, the size of a napkin, grows to be 10 feet wide and 10 feet tall. The wall has 200 health and can only be healed with a mending spell for 2 hours, and only regains 50 HP per day. There's also the Ring of Lofty Words, 200 gold, 4 charges a day. The attuned person uses a bonus action to give someone else words of encouragement, granting them a 30-foot fly speed for 12 seconds. The ring is made out of a light blue rock with a pair of wings on a cloud.
That's awesome. We can't afford any of that.
No, you cannot right now.
We buy the napkin. We feed the napkin to a political adversary. We say the command word, profit.
It is not a napkin, it is a brick wall the size of a napkin.
We feed someone the brick
It's,
wall.
it's more like a coaster.
Plan has not
Okay,
changed.
so 1 gold for health potion. I'm
Yes.
gonna buy a health
They're
potion.
2d4 plus 2.
So that's
cool,
yeah.
cool.
Nothing has
Yeah.
changed. They're just
They're just a bonus action now. Which is better, still, very much.
You can get those. There's also Skippy's potions and tinctures where you can also get the health potions.
That's where I was
Yeah.
assuming I was
Yeah.
getting them.
They are still in Buzzball sections.
I'll also
'Cause they're-
grab 2.
You know how like some tech stores have like all the most important, like at Tiger Tech, to dox ourselves. They have like all of the most frequently bought stuff at the little kiosk at the front desk.
Yeah.
That's where they keep their health potions. Just there.
That makes sense. Well, I don't think we can afford anything else cool here, but it was nice to look around.
Jeremy, what is the extent of the items you can create with metal?
Over the course of an hour, I can create any item that is non-magic metal items that is worth less than 100 gold. And to do so, I need an amount of scrap metal equal to its value. So I have about 32 gold worth of metal right now.
Okay. Okay.
So if you need me to make you any like items or anything, I can absolutely help. Just like with that spool, I can even make weapons or maybe armor as long as it's cheap.
I have an idea. I am crafting something in my brain with this thread.
Yeah, sure. I'd be happy to help with your tinkering projects.
Wonderful.
And I can make you more scimitars if you need them for signatures.
What kind of
That would be awesome.
potions does the potion shop have?
Just gonna have fucking
Just
Attack
any
on
kind
Titan
of potion you
style,
can
like-
find. There's like potions of
Hit-mounted
like all of the
scabbard
potions.
box.
There's like potions of like actual spells like enlarge.
She can
and
detach
haste.
the
There's
handle so
potions
that
of
she
like
can
speed,
choose which
doubles her
signature,
movement,
which
or
signed blade
potions
she's
of leaping,
using.
potions of shrinking.
Yeah.
If you can imagine a potion, I will make it up and make a price for you. Skippy is very good at what they do.
I'll hold on to that.
Potion
until
of Storm Giant Strength, but only
produce
for
more
2
gold
gold
somehow.
somehow.
I did not say the price. This portion of Storm Giant Strength would be priced accordingly.
It gives you Storm Giant Strength, but only for 1 attack.
Sure, I'm sure something like that exists.
Now I gotta move.
While you're in the store, you do hear a very well-spoken person hamming it up outside of some of the H Holding stores.
He's ham-boning?
Hamming it up.
He's ham-boning?
No!
I'll do a bit of eavesdropping.
That's how I
I'll
test
check
my
in on
spells.
them.
Come on down to any of our H Holding stores. We have the most high-quality products for a bargain.
Does H Holdings have any relationship to the church?
They're an independent company.
Okay, no, fuck them. We hate capitalism.
He's just an elven man with a too bright smile and a white suit. Just he's got an 8, the logo on his lapel, and he's trying to get people. He's like advertising stuff. There's flyers all over the place for the immunization that will be happening soon.
The what?
The immunization.
Of what?
Against spider madness?
Yes.
Yeah, that was the implication. We're still going
Right.
to investigate that.
Right.
There are some newspapers around if you'd like to purchase one.
Yeah,
for-
I'd like
for a
to
silver.
check that out and see what they're saying about that.
All right, so you get yourself a copy of Fresh Off the Stump, Branch Morrow's newspaper. The headline is H Holdings has begun shipping out their vaccine for spider madness.
I can't imagine there's any credibility. Like we would have known about that.
You
by
had,
now.
you had. There was talk about them developing it in the Needle Crown Times a few days ago.
Right. Has there been like studies that it works?
According to the H Holdings doctors, yes, and they are incredible. Regardless of their corporationness, they are a credible source as far as everyone is aware. They have made medicines before. There is the H Holdings potion of generalness that costs a little more but heals more, and even though it is the same price generally.
That's amazing. If they truly have made an effective vaccine, then that does imply that it's an actual disease.
Which is odd because your
Because
get rid of disease spell did not work.
right, it was. How would Lesser Restoration not have worked on it then?
Well,
Unless the vaccine doesn't prevent the disease, but changes something in the body to prevent whatever happens from happening. We don't know enough information.
yeah, there's also a chance we just don't have a large enough sample size. The madness is very infrequent, so...
I wish we knew someone that could like study medicine so that we can like if we got a sample of the vaccine and see what it does, but I don't imagine that's public information from H Holdings.
Well, one of the things that the guy that talks about in the newspapers, this is a piece of This is a piece with the H Holdings logo front and center. The article says that soon, very soon, the city of Branchmorrow will have access to the Arachnid Madness vaccine. H Holdings is currently setting up a pop-up pharmacy in the branches for any and all spiders that wish to be vaccinated. Prices are estimated to be 20 gold per injection.
Oh, that's steep, but
I
that
see
makes
the
sense.
problem. It's just not super accessible.
Yeah, that's.
I'm sure this won't create any class differences between the existing spiders.
That's such a steep price if they wanted to genuinely help the spiders.
It is experimental.
Yeah.
It is voluntary as well. It is they're not being forced quite yet.
Right.
Also in this sample of the newspaper is the interview with Marcus Lambert that was advertised a few days ago in the Needle Crown Times.
Oh.
They said they were sending someone up there to Scorchborough to have an interview with him, talking to him about recent events.
Right. I need to read that interview section. Let me look at that.
This article is actually a cross post from the Needle Crown newspaper. All those days ago, that paper that you picked up back then mentioned that they were trying to set up an interview with Marcus Lambert in Slab City, the Branchmorrow of Scorchborough. This appears to be that interview. The person who conducted is someone named Atticus Mayweather. There was a photo of his likeness in the top of the paper. He appears to be a middle-aged dwarf with roundish features and a well-maintained goatee. First of all, Father Lambert, let me thank you for agreeing to this interview on such short notice. We here at the Needle Crown Times are incredibly thankful for your willingness. No, thank you for wanting to interview me. I'm honored. I didn't know what I had been doing was so noteworthy. Father Lambert, don't be so humble. You have predicted 3 disastrous events in this past month, down to the letter. People are curious as to how you do it. Well, I suppose that's another reason why I accepted this interview. I want to clear up any confusion as to what exactly I'm doing. I don't have any spells active. There isn't a special rock or machine that tells me when these things are about to go south. It's a bit more supernatural. Oh, go on. For this past month, I've been having these dreams. I guess you could call them visions. They're horrible, absolutely dreadful visages of tragedies and calamities. I often awake with sweats and chills, and an overwhelming sense of dread and truth. As you know, first it was the sinkhole in Grasskern, then it was the dust storm in Drundale, and most recently the eruption here in Scorchborough. I am thankful that I haven't had another such vision since then, and I truly hope I never have one again. Very noble indeed. Since you have been growing in the public eye, rumor has it your church here in Slab City has become quite the locale. We have seen an uptick in attendance recently. I'm trying to raise some money to hopefully get some renovations done. This week's most recent sermon was so full we had attendees standing outside. I would be lying if I said this many people wanting to hear me preach the good word of Arachne wasn't nice, but I may not have all the answers, but I try to give the people of the Weave some hope. It was at this point that It was at this point in the interview that the mass of people who had gathered outside Marcus's church broke in and began to swarm the priests. The interview could unfortunately no longer be continued.
So he's been having visions the, almost exact same amount of time as me? I need to talk to this man. I'll probably be heading to
Scorchborough.
Thank you. Scorchborough after this. I don't know if you guys will have any reason to do that, but that's where I'll be going. But we still have business to do here anyway.
While you are doing this, Horizon, taps you on the leg.
Oh, what's up, Horizon?
You said you were going to the church too, right?
Yes, we're gonna probably go to the church after this.
That's great. My mother was a devout follower of Arachne, as all of us are, but she was more than most. I think that's where she may have gone to wait for me.
Yeah, I hope they know something, or maybe that she's even there.
I hope so. At the very least, that'll help us get the word out.
Yeah.
That I'm here.
Sorry, forget my thing with the newspaper.
No, that's very important. I forgive me, but I do think the church, the priest who helped free my village becoming a prophet of Arachne is rather important.
Well, that's very kind of you, but I do want to find out about your mother, so let's
Thank you.
go take care of that.
Yeah.
Does anyone else have anything to do here in...
The branches. Branch Merle.
what's a funny Home Depot name?
Gnome
Depot. Anyone else have anything to do in Gnome Depot?
I just stare back down at my 6 gold.
No.
Wait, you don't have 300 gold yet for that flight ring or whatever?
Not yet.
The ring is 200 gold.
Oh, sorry, yeah. It's even cheaper. It's on a bargain.
Goodbye, chat.
If we pulled all our money together, we wouldn't even have 100, so...
With our powers combined, we're still poor.
Alright, to the church we go, I suppose, then. It's our last destination in the branches, and then we'll move on.
The church is very interesting because a lot of buildings are built partially into the trees. The church is the tree itself. It
Hell
is
yeah.
built within. There are immaculate tunnels. The way it has been created seems to not affect the tree's growth at all, but it seems to rather be symbiotic with the tree. The knots of the tree gnarl out into like places for you to stand. There are big arches. There's a bell tower you can see. Plenty of spots for spiders to walk inside. There isn't a proceeding happening right now, but there are plenty of people still walking inside just to pray or what have you.
I see Jeremy stand a little straighter as he walks, approaching the church. Alright, let's see if we can find your mother.
I hope so too. So as you walk inside, you notice that the floor is similar to Daryl's Paint Asterisk Emporium. The floor is entirely made out of wood, and you can see the many age rings inside this tree. It gives the floor a very unique looking texture and form to it.
Hell
There
yeah.
are plenty of pews seem to have been carved out of the tree itself. There are a couple of stained glass windows that they're not actually stained glass windows. What they are an immaculate display of flowers grown in such a way that create pictures.
Wow.
There is a flower display of arachne, a flower display of a couple thri-kreen, notably there is a display of an elf and a spider lifting a small diagram of branch marrow up into the trees.
Wow, it must take pretty constant effort from the local bishops and clerics to maintain that.
Near the front, you see a thri-kreen man in the typical priest robes, with two sets of his hand behind his back, the other two talking to a very distressed-looking female brown recluse.
Excuse me,
The pair look at you. The brown recluse looks at the small one. There's not even time to flick speak. Both of them just start chittering as they race towards each other and meet each other in a spider hug in the middle of the church, as
hell
it
yeah.
seems that Mrs. Thompson has been reunited with her son. They talk in normal spider language without flick speak for a moment before Horizon takes her back to meet you. As Mrs. Thompson, another spider, she also seems to have some kind of like turquoise attire on her, just like very silky on some of her legs. There's a dress around her abdomen as she has been dabbing her eyes with a handkerchief as she begins to speak sporadically at you like she is holding back tears. Are you the one who found my boy?
Yes.
Thank you so much. What happened to Maple Leaf Grove?
We stopped the web smashers, but
She depresses into the floor greatly, a weight being lifted off of her shoulders.
unfortunately, I do think that you two are the sole survivors. I'm so
She-
sorry.
Brings Horizon close to her as she just pats him on the head. They seem very solemn at that. But the web smashers are gone?
They are very gone.
We took care of it.
Thank you.
You should be able to safely return should you want to.
Thank you so much. We'll consider it. We might stay here. I have friends in Branch Morris. We might stay here for a little bit longer. Horizon, I'm so sorry this has happened to us. It's okay, Mom. I'm just glad you're safe. As they have a little reunion. As the father walks up to you. He is a 6 foot tall, very skinny thri-kreen. As he gestures towards you. Friends of yours, Mrs. Thompson?
Oh, I'm Jeremy Drake.
Nice to meet you, Bishop Hopper.
Oh, it's lovely to meet you, Hopper.
He shakes one of your hands, his kite in his hand shakes, and he's very happy to see you. I see you have brought Little Horizon back with her, or back with yourselves.
Yes, we just got here from there. Grisly things happening in that village, but I'm glad we were able to help them out, and I'm very glad that these two were able to be reunited.
I was just about to tool up a small army to go march them ourselves, but I'm happy you seem to have taken care of it.
Yes, there's thankfully no need.
His mandibles curl up in a smiling gesture as he straightens up his immaculate posture. Well, my senses tell me you have come to Branchmorrow for other reasons.
Yes, I am on official business of the Church of Deepvale.
Deepvale! You are rather tall. Are you a drow? You seem rather tall.
Oh, I'm actually a Duergar. I have a bit of an abnormality, I'm sure.
He chitters slightly. Interesting.
I have been told it's a blessing from Arachne. And speaking of, I appear to have been given another blessing of Arachne in the form of, well, and I don't mean to sound egotistical about this at all, of course, but it appears to be prophetic visions. I came here in attempts to find some more information about that, though it seems like I might be heading out to Scorchborough after this, on that path.
My dear boy, Father Drake, was it?
Yes, Jeremy Drake.
Yes,
You can call me Jeremy.
Jeremy. Thank you for confiding in me this information. How are you certain of this?
Well, it's still something we're looking into, but it definitely seems like the visions I've been having seem to correlate with some events that have been happening, similar to Marcus. I'm sure you've heard about Marcus from Scorchborough.
Yes, the other prophetic lad from Scorchborough. He's, interesting case. I tried to have the most optimistic of intention. He seems to have good things at heart. I read the paper today.
Right. I hesitate to. Maybe I'm jumping the gun a little bit, saying that it might be visions from Arachne, but I do have I feel a deep connection to her, and
incredibly profound considering her silence for the last half millennium.
Right. Well, it's because of that I feel like this is something that's exceptionally worthwhile to look into. If there is a remote chance that it might be what I think it might be, but I don't want to get too ahead of myself.
By all
either.
means, try and get in touch with this Lambert fellow. I've only recently heard of him. You're from Deepvale, you said.
Yes, I served under Bishop Ripley.
Ripley! I'm glad to see he's still kicking. He was old when I was but a larva.
He is quite old, but he's still very passionate and teaching and bringing in many followers in Deepvale.
Music to my antenna.
He's a very kind and close to the ground bishop, all things considered.
Quite.
In multiple ways, I suppose.
Indeed.
Oh, and I'm not the only member of the church with us either. We have my friend Lyarka here as well.
Hello, I'm Lyarka.
Hello, Lyarka.
Hello.
What church do you hail from?
From Grasskern.
Grasskern!
Bishop Ray.
Do they have drow in Grasskern? You are a half drow, Riz.
Correct. No, my mother was a human, and my father was a half drow.
I see. I suppose migration isn't too far-fetched in this modern day and age.
Mixed race couple. Cringe.
It doesn't seem that. It seems more like he forgot that could happen. He's
Mixed race couple. I forgot about that one.
Literally, it slipped his mind, and that's it. That's literally it. Of course. Well, thank you for coming to Branchmorrow. This is quite the party you have here.
Yes, you have an amazing church here.
Isn't it? My ancestors helped chew this out.
That's amazing. I can't imagine the history and, the effort it takes to maintain, I assume, is also quite a lot.
We have many, I myself, I believe you would call it druid. I try to help maintain the health of this tree we are inside, as well as making sure nothing is rotted away.
Right, that definitely helps. I assume in a church this big and central, how many clerics do you have on staff here?
Oh, upwards in the 12, I believe.
Wow, that's quite a force.
Yes.
I can see what you meant when you said
I
you were
struggle to
about
keep all their
send a large
names in
army.
check on occasion. I will be truthful with you.
That's fair. Well, I might stay for a bit and.
That would be delightful.
Have
You
a
have
bit
my
of a-
blessing to stay here if you would like.
Oh, well, thank you very much. I might consider that.
As a-
I'm at least going to stay and offer up a few prayers while I'm in the church, but I also would like to visit the library before we leave.
The library is a wonderful place. Do you hear it got renovated recently?
I did hear something about that. I heard it looks like it used to back in the whenever.
Yes. Centuries ago when it was first made.
I would love to get to see it for myself.
It grows as the tree grows, and now they've made it all look brand new.
Right. It's at the top, yes?
The very top.
Right.
You can overlook many. You can almost see to the jungle.
Really?
Yes, almost, just barely.
That's incredible. Well,
This is the tallest tree in the forest that we're inside right now. If you were to tunnel through the tree, you'd make it to the church itself. I don't recommend that.
right. Of course. I wouldn't dare.
Yes.
Well, thank you for your hospitality. I'm going to go offer up a few prayers, so
Arachne be with you, my friend.
thank you. Jeremy will move on to kind of one of the pews and pull out his book and take a few notes and say a few prayers.
Certainly. If anyone else has anything that they'd like to do here in the Branch Morrow Church,
I know I had a note on my sheet that mentioned the Branch Morrow Church, but I don't remember why specifically.
the Branch Morrow Library is what you're looking for, because you were looking for more of those records,
Yeah. Okay.
which are in the library, not the church.
Gotcha.
Records of what?
Since Durak is trying to uncover the mystery of the Great Silence, in the Grand Library in Needle Crown, he was able to uncover. They have an area where prayers specifically in some of the bigger churches where the arcane
Ley
force
lines.
is strong, ley lines pretty much.
Yeah.
Prayers can be recorded and
yeah.
played back.
I see.
Specifically, only in the Grand Library can they be played back, but the recordings themselves are kept here. And this is where the last known recording of contact with Arachne was.
Yes.
It was what Durak would like to investigate.
And also, just the fact that this is a church that was created so shortly after the web was created, there might be something valuable in the church for you as well. I don't know.
You're welcome to search the church. Church, mind you.
Nasir's gonna walk up to Jeremy. Jeremy,
Oh, yeah. What's up, Nasir?
and he kind of like, are you like on your knees or are you just like?
He would be in a pew, just being kind of quiet, but
I just kind of Nasir leans in. Do you intend to tell every church father we meet about your dreams, perhaps?
well, I haven't seen any reason to not trust the church with such information.
It's not that I don't trust the church, but perhaps telling them might get the word out a bit quicker that you are having such dreams. Which
Right, but if they're visions of Arachne, isn't that a good thing?
Do you really want all that attention on you? Like,
Well, I suppose not, but
it's not I distrust the church. It's more of how loud do you want this to be? I'm more
Right.
afraid of another. I mean, we saw in the newspaper, they couldn't even finish the interview because people had busted down the doors.
yeah, I certainly don't want that kind of attention. I guess I'll keep it a little bit more on the down low from here on, but
I would just recommend being very careful who you tell. Not that I don't trust this father, but we don't know who he might tell. I don't really know him that well.
right. Okay, thank you for your concern, Nasir.
Of course. And he just kind of gets up and walks away.
Jeremy would consider for a moment before walking back up to the bishop. Bishop,
Yes.
if you don't mind, since I'm still trying to figure out what exactly is going on with me, could you maybe keep it on the down low a little bit? I know as a member of the church you tend to keep confessions private.
Of course. While we were not in a booth, that was a priest-to-priest conversation we had. I am not going to go blab to the fresh off the stump press about this.
Right, thank you. I'm not quite looking for the publicity that Marcus has.
Anyone who brings a stray child home to his mother is a friend of mine. You have my word.
Thank you.
If you'd like, you could roll insight on him.
Oh, sure.
I'll give you a die. For bard.
Probably unnecessary, but we'll see. Oh my god.
For funny.
Okay. Math is hard. 22?
22. Bishop
No, wait.
Hopper is as
Sorry, 32.
32. Bishop
What do you have for
Hopper
breakfast?
is as pure-hearted as a priest of you've met. His heart rivals that of Bishop Ripley. He seems to be
Excellent.
a kind man who will not tell a soul, because you have trusted him with a great secret, and he is going to keep it for you.
But Jeremy feels a lot more comfortable now. Happy to have gotten another trustworthy bishop in the church, and reminded of his own Ripley as well.
Are you keeping in touch with Ripley?
Oh, every day I send off a letter to him.
Ah, delightful.
I'll definitely mention that I met an old friend of his.
Yes. Have you mentioned you keep him updated on like the party and all that, like who your friends are traveling with and stuff?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yes. I would have told him that we joined up with another member of the church, Liarca.
Lovely. Okay, good. I was just curious. I didn't know how much information you were sending to this.
I'm not detailing like the details of my dreams and letters or whatever, but I am.
He has asked that you send him some of your art as well.
And I have that. Yes.
Delightful. He is trying his. He seems to be keeping up with you somewhat. He sent you one return letter that found you in Maple Leaf Grove.
Right. We're kind of hard to track though.
He seems to be good at finding you.
Right.
This current letter was.
So true, Bestie.
Sorry, I was trying to remember what his.
Bro wrote his old man grunt into the letter.
That's it. No, it's the only thing he wrote. It's just sincerely, Bishop. Burton.
I'm rippling it. Oh my God, I'm rippling it.
rippling
Ah,
my
my-
shit, Aaron.
It might bleeds when it walks.
Sorry. My dearest Jeremy, I'm so happy you are finding answers and even more questions on your trip. I hear you're going to Branchmore. I'm very excited to hear that. I hope you have a good time and make lots of friends.
Hell yeah.
Enclosed is 500 more gold. I'm kidding.
Enclosed is an iron gift.
Ender pearl.
Ender pearl.
Enclosed is
Flint and steel.
Enclosed is the earth crystals.
We just have to find the orb of diamonds.
Jeremy, watch out! Chicken jockey!
No. Good God. Anyway.
Nasir, while you and Quaith are just chilling out here, you hear someone whistle in your direction.
What?
Ahoy! Quaith, Nasir! You see a human man in a green tailcoat with gold buttons. He waves you down. He has short blonde hair with gray lines on each side of his head, with deep smile lines on his face. This is Tyrion Truffle, the mayor of Branchmore.
Oh my God.
Nasir! It is good to see you again.
I know, it has been forever.
It really has. It really, really has. Quaith goes, "Hello, Mr. Mayor." Quaith is close with the mayor. She even worked with him for a spell, but she is more freelance now. Tyrion has been mayor for over 30 years now. Branchmore doesn't have term limits, but Tyrion just keeps winning elections, so he's been here for a while. Mr. Mayor, what are you doing down here in the branches? Oh, you know, going back to my roots, as it were. I'm taking a stroll around town. I'm knocking on doors. I'm trying to make sure I don't grow unfamiliar with this city as it changes. Well, I keep telling you it's only going to grow more unfamiliar by the day if you keep letting H Holdings take over the market. Tyrion lets out a sigh. If anyone is free to roll insight if they so choose.
I will always roll insight.
Nasir could do that as well. I assume you would.
I didn't even hear the conversation.
Excellent.
I don't care.
Gorpo,
I rolled on that one.
unnatural 20.
This is the kind of sigh of a man who has had this conversation many times before.
Yeah.
Quaith, I know you have your apprehensions with that company, but I've told you before, they're a good company. They have done nothing yet to make me distrust them. Even if I were suspicious of them, they have yet to do anything illegal. The folks who sold their businesses did so willingly. They weren't forced out by any means. Quaith pouts. Yes, but just last week they replaced Mr. and Mrs. Weber's bakery with one of the generic chain stores. His eyes widen and then he droops. Blast. Mrs. Weber made the best crepes. As much as that saddens me, right now there is nothing I can do. But Quaith, you have been very faithful to me, and I have already promised you that if I see something getting out of hand, I will do something about it. Now introduce me to your friends, why don't you? You seem to be here with new company.
I am. All right, let's go down the line. Dark and brooding. You'll see.
For our listeners, the "you'll see" was in reference to Pebbles.
I'm excited, I suppose.
Our lovely cleric, Jeremy.
Hi.
Our muscle, minotaur, and resonant scarecrow. Correct?
Scarecrow.
You got quite the endorsement.
Pays good money.
Does it?
You should try sometime. Oh, you're the mayor. Never mind.
Well, I could use some community service. There are some. I don't know if I plan to drive off the Giga Crows that seem to frequent our farms and the branches, but I will do my best.
The what?
Giga Crows?
Giga Crows. The fauna here is larger
pulls
than
out-
average.
Oh,
Starts scribbling furiously.
You're right, I have seen.
no. You have. Just wait. Just wait till she talks to him.
Mister, you frequently amuse me with the company you keep.
I amuse myself, Mr. Mayor.
Please call me Tyrion.
You have a reputation for acquiring colorful characters such as us.
I've met a few colorful characters.
Ask him about the tattoo on his left bicep.
Do not ask me about that tattoo.
I respect your privacy.
You're no fun. All you priest types are so stuck up. No
You know,
offense,
weirdly,
but
I
you
get
are.
that a lot. No, that's fine.
I love being right. He puffs up his collar. He checks a sundial on his wrist. Oh my goodness, I have to be going somewhere. It was nice catching up with you two.
See you, dear.
Stay as long as you want. He gives you a salute as he keeps walking away.
Giga
Do sundials work under a canopy?
There seemed to be some enchantment on it.
Okay.
Feels like we're definitely inside right now.
You're in a gigantic tree.
Yeah.
There does seem to be some manner of like Minecraft glow berries keeping the inside alight, by the way.
Looks at empty wrist.
There is also a goblin with wearing clerical robes, waving one of those little
Sensors.
waving around with some green thing inside. He's singing something to himself.
It's hard work.
Oh, I love my job. Is there anything
You always
else?
have to maintain a church.
Is there anything else anyone would like to shop for or look at
In the branches.
in the branches before?
What time of day is it?
Oh, yeah.
It is midday.
The library's at the Mage Academy, right?
The library is not part of the Mage Academy. They are on the same level.
Okay.
So we are going up
We
there.
will enter the canopy, I believe, next episode on Libs of Deceit.
Yahoo! Yeah!
It's already 3.